Good evening, welcome to the press conference for Mirra Andreeva. Please raise your hand if you would like to ask a question. Mirra, you're through to the quarterfinals. How are you feeling?
Well, of course, I feel great. It's my first time playing quarters in London, so I'm super happy with my performance today, and yeah, super proud of myself for the way I carried myself on the court, and yeah, super happy that I won.
Hi Mirra, Zan here for Quality Shot. What were your tactics going into the match against Emma? It seemed like you were trying to not give her much pace to work with, especially in the backhand corner.
Yeah, well, obviously, I knew that she's a very consistent and aggressive player, so I knew that she probably would try to, use it against me on the court. So I just tried to, be patient, but at the same time, as soon as I have an opportunity to step in and be aggressive myself, I tried to do it. Sometimes, obviously, it didn't really go my way, and obviously, she's also a great player. So we also gotta give credits to her that she also can play great sometimes. So I just told myself, be patient. But as soon as you see the opportunity to be aggressive, you go for it, and then you'll just see what's going to happen on the court.
Catherine?
Hi Mirra, I've just spoken to Emma and she was talking about what a unique opponent you are. She couldn't sort of find a comparison for another player that plays like you. And I just wondered, are you careful about who you practice with so as not to kind of give away your secrets and so that players can't get used to playing against you?
No, I practice with whoever, Conchita agrees and whoever I can find to practice with. So basically I have like a couple of players that I usually text more often when we are on the tournament. So usually it's Kazatkina, so we practice like so many times together. I also lately started to practice a lot with Emma as well. Last time I practiced in Bad Hamburg. Oops. So yeah, I think whoever Conchita agrees with, I'm practicing with them. I'm not really, picky in that. So whoever I get to practice with, I'm good.
Hello, congratulations. I was wondering how you improved your serve and the speed of your serve, and it's very secure. What is the next step that you are working on to improve the level? Also the volley and the touch and the slices. What is now the next step?
Well, I think the next step is to kind of, I think, make this everything that you've mentioned to kind of make it so I can do it every time on the court, to be consistent in doing this. So feel like I'm still sometimes tend to maybe be afraid a little bit, or not really sure in what I'm doing, but I see that with every match I play I get more and more confident in this. So for me, my goal is to kind of try and be more and more consistent with these things, and then obviously if I feel like I need to improve something, we're just going to talk to Conchita, and we're going to decide and see what is the other thing that we can work on.
Willie?
How would you describe your feeling about the importance of Conchita to you and how your relationship as coach and player has evolved?
Obviously, for me to have her as my coach and to have her in my box is super special, and I'm super grateful that kind of the faith, ended up, kind of brought us together. So I felt like, yeah, as I said so many times from the first practice that we've had together, I just felt like, she understands me and I understand what she wants from me. And yeah, I feel like now having her in my box, especially during this tournament, is also super special because she can give me and share with me so much experience. And, she's a great supporter, and she also understands when sometimes maybe I feel more pressure or more tight, and sometimes I don't even need to say these things because she can also, right away see it, and then we talk, and then it gets much easier. So to have such an experienced person by my side is super, super special for me.
Yasmin?
Mirra, when you reach the quarterfinal here, you join the last eight club and you get to have tickets to enter Wimbledon for the rest of your life.
Really?
I'm sure Conchita's,
Wow.
Conchita's obviously already a member, so how does that sound to you? And will you be asking her sort of how to use the perks?
Oh, well, I didn't know that this what we can get for entering last eight. So, sounds great. So obviously, I'm gonna find a person who I can talk to know how to use the tickets and what are the benefits and what can I do with this. So I might ask Conchita as well because I think that she might know. So yeah, that's I think that's a great thing to have.
David.
Hi, Mirra. I just wondered, at tennis events, particularly the Grand Slams, you play in front of a lot of famous people sometimes, and you had some famous people in the Royal Box today, including Roger Federer and many other stars of stage and screen and musicians. Are you aware of that when you're playing, or are you able to totally tune it out and focus all the time?
Well, I was able to do so until the middle of the second set. I felt like, I didn't spend 1 second trying to see who is sitting in the box and just, put all my focus on the tennis court. But then, like, leading 6-2 for one, I think I was serving also to be 5-1 up. And I was like, I peeked a little bit on the player's box, on the royal box, and I was like, oh God, I shouldn't have done that. And, Roger was sitting super close. I think one of the first rows, maybe even the first one. So obviously the first person that I saw was him and his wife. So I was like, damn it, why did I look there? And then, after that, I got super tight, super nervous. And I felt like, obviously she also played great, but those 2 games, I was just like making so many unforced errors that, I was like, oh God, this is the price that you had to pay for that. So after, I'm just super happy as well that I, managed to forget those 2 games and really play from the beginning and stayed super focused.
At the back.
Hey Mia, congratulations. Now, your best Grand Slam results so far have come on grass and clay. And I know it's obviously 2 very different surfaces, but I wonder if you find something similar between grass and clay and that can maybe help your game or, impose your game on them. How is it different from hard courts? Or is it totally different and it's just your game?
Yeah, I think that it's very, very hard to find some similarities between clay and grass, completely different surfaces. But yeah, for example, last year on grass, I've really struggled with finding the right rhythm and finding the right, tactics, how to play on grass and what to do, which was for me much easier to find than just to think what to do on a clay court. So I'm just happy that this year I've found the rhythm. I've managed to come back and get my confidence back again by winning more and more matches. So I feel like last year my relationship with grass was like, I didn't really miss it. But this year, of course, we're back to, great relationship and good vibes. So I'm just happy that I've managed to find the right way to play on grass.
Catherine.
Hi, Mirra. Just picking up on David's question, now that you've ticked Roger Federer off the list of celebrities you want to play in front of, who is next on the wish list?
I think I saw Andrew Garfield being here. I have no idea if he was on our match today, but I think he was watching maybe Novak and Alex. So, or maybe it was the day before. So I really also like him as a person and as an actor. I've also said so many times I really admire Ryan Gosling because of his obviously looks, because of his the way he acts in movies as well, and I really like him as a person. Maybe also I like Emma Stone, Lily Collins. So there are so many people that I can name. So yeah, I don't know, if I really have to name so many, I think that we can be here all day and I would be just, telling you the names of people that I would really like to see. So, I don't know, let's stop on these 4, but obviously there's plenty of people that I really would like to see, for them to watch me play.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.